topic. So you can find here itself and in the constructor itself, click on read more, okay? Then you can see inheritance concept. So inheritance, what is mean by inheritance? Inherit. So it's basically accessing the parent class properties in the child class. Without writing them again in the child class, you can access the parent class properties and methods. Both of them you can access in the child class. That is called inheritance. So basically, inheritance is a mechanism that allows a class to inherit properties and behaviors from another class. You can access another class properties and methods in child class. One is a parent and child. So it's a easy relationship will be maintained between the two classes. Parent-child relationship. So basically it promotes the code reusability and establishes the hierarchical relationship between the classes. That's the main purpose of this inheritance. And also, so you can achieve runtime polymorphism or method overriding. So for example, you can have a vehicle class as a base class, and the car class can inherit from it, acquiring common attributes and methods defined in the vehicle class. So here vehicle is a parent class or base class. So you can call that parent class or base class. So like that you can call vehicle. And the car is a child class. So the class which inherits the properties of other is known as a subclass. Is known as a subclass. So which class is inheriting the properties from other? So that is a subclass, we call that. A subclass or derived class or child class, we call that. These are the different synonyms or different names for the child class. And the class whose properties are inherited is known as the superclass or base class or parent class, we call that. That's the inheritance. And private members are there in the parent class. You cannot access them in the child class. Even though if you applied inheritance, that's not possible. So how can you apply inheritance between the two classes? So you need to use the extends keyword to inherit the properties of one class into another class. So the reason here is you should have two separate classes, one parent class, then for a subclass, you extends a superclass, basically. The superclass on the right hand side, subclass extends superclass. That means already whatever you declared here, the variables, methods, all of them, you don't need to declare again here. You don't need to create again them in the subclass. You can call directly them. You can call directly them in the subclass. If you write like this, this is called inheritance. So let me show you inheritance concept here also. Can you see here? Chrome driver extends Chromium driver. That means Chromium driver is the parent and Chrome driver is the child. So all the Chromium driver properties a Chrome driver can access. So that's the inheritance means. So one class extends another class, that is called inheritance. So the advantages, as I mentioned, reusability of the code. you can achieve with the inheritance, because you don't need to write them again in the child class, right? You can directly use them. And you can achieve runtime polymorphism or method overriding. So there are different types of inheritances. And first one is single inheritance. So class A and class B, two classes are there. Both are extending each other. So that means class B extends class A. So class B here a child class and class A is a parent class. So two different classes. You should create a class separate. Then child class you can extend a parent class. So that all the parent class properties you can use in the B class. Next, multi-level inheritance. So multi-level inheritance is multi-level inheritance is it happens between three classes or more than three classes also. So suppose here you have a class A, B, C, three classes are there. So class A and class B extends class A. So now B parent is A. Now C extends B. Now C parent is B. Like you have a grandfather, father, and child, right? So that's the high multi-level inheritance. That's an example for multi-level inheritance. So that means C can access B properties as well as A properties also. Even though you extended to B, B already extended to A. So that's why C can access both A and B properties inside the C directly. That is called multi-level inheritance. And we have another one, hierarchical inheritance. So hierarchical inheritance means one parent, so multiple childs. That is possible, right? So class B extends A, class C extends A. So that means, so childs can use the parent properties. So that's a B can use A properties, C can use A properties. So both have a privilege. So that's the hierarchical inheritance. Observe the difference between multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. And the last one, multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is not possible in case of class. That means, what is multiple inheritance? Don't confuse with the multi-level and multiple. Multiple inheritance means one class extends multiple classes. So one class extends multiple classes. So that is called multiple inheritance. So that means A, B, C, three classes are there. And class C extends A comma B. This is not possible. So in the design itself, it is going to throw an error. So why they are not supporting multiple inheritance in case of class in Java? That's an interview question. To make the design very simple and to avoid conflict or to avoid confusion, and they stopped supporting this multiple inheritance. That means only one class can extend another class, but one class cannot extend to multiple classes in the same line. So you cannot write like this. C extends A comma B comma D, something like that. You cannot write. Only one class extends to another class. That's it. It's not more than one. That is, if you try to do multiple inheritance in case of class, that is going to throw an error for you. So why it doesn't support? If anybody asks you, just tell the answer. So to make the design very simple, Java doesn't support multiple inheritance in case of class, because to make the design very simple and to avoid confusion, they are not supporting. And for suppose A, B, C, three classes are there, and A and B classes have the same method. A class has the M1 method and M2 methods. B class also having M1 and M2 method. Now you extend it. So class C extends A comma B. Now C has, for example, you called M1. M1 is there in the both A and B. From where it has to pick up? Which class M1 it has to pick? Because M1 is there in both classes. So such kind of scenarios comes. It get confused. Compiler get confusion, right? So M1 should get from A or from B class. Compiler gets confusion. So to avoid that confusion only, they are not supporting at all. So that's the why Java doesn't support multiple inheritance in case of class. But there is another case it supports. In case of interface, it supports multiple inheritance. That means one interface can be extended to multiple interfaces. That is possible. But only in case of class, it is not supported. Okay? Okay. So now, okay, in your class, you have a instance methods and instance variables you are having. So instance methods, so instance variables, so static methods, so static variables you have. How can you call one by one? For example, how to call parent class static members in the child class? Generally, without inheritance, how you can call one class static variables in another class?
You just call it, don't you? Like,
How can you call one class static variable in another class?
don't you say class name dot whatever the variable is, and then you can set it to equal to anything, and but that's again based on whether or not it's given access.
Right. Okay. So class name dot static variable, right? If it is a method, class name dot static method, right? That's the how you will write. But in case of inheritance, you don't need to put a class name. Directly you can call the static method name and a static variable. You don't need to prefix the class name if you apply the inheritance. Okay? So that's the advantage. Second point, okay, static variables, so static members, you got clarity. But what about non-static methods and non-static variables? If you create object for parent class in the inheritance process inside the child class, so you cannot access the child class members with that object reference. So, okay, you have methods both in child and parent class. If you want to access them, for which class you need to create object? For some class you have to create object, right? For which class you need to create object? So if you create object, suppose for a parent class, then child class non-static methods variables you cannot call with parent class object reference. Then how you can access both class objects with one object reference? So that is possible with, so just create object for child class, then you can access both parent and child class properties with the one object reference. Okay, so in the inheritance process, how you can do? Only child class you have to create object. Child class object reference equal to new child class. If you do, then you can access both class non-static methods and non-static variables. Okay? Is it clear now?
Yes.
So these are the main important points. So we need to understand them. Okay. So now let's go and see the problems. Okay. You take, uh, so some programs will take up to show all these inheritance types and so how you can achieve inheritance. So let's go and see that. So we just create an employee class, okay? Employee class. So employee is a parent class, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just taking an employee parent class, and let me give all the employee class. So properties and methods. So I'll explain all the methods and getters and setters I generated. That's it. So first you declare your variables, then you generate the setters and getters. See that? Private string employee name, private int employee ID, private double EMP salary, private static string company name. So why I made a company name static?
Because it doesn't change, it's the same always.
It says the same for all employees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I made it as a static. It's a common thing. So common properties, we have to make it as a static. Now, see that set EMP name, get EMP name. So all the setters and getters we created again. Set EMP ID, get EMP ID. Set EMP salary, get EMP salary. Set company name, get company name. So all this, see, you can observe here, non-static methods inside, you are using this keyword in the setter methods. Are you observing that?
Mm-hmm.
But in the static methods, what you used, how you are referring the static variable? Class name dot static variable. How you can differentiate this parameter and this static variable? Class name dot static variable equal to company name. But how you are differentiating the instance variable? This dot instance variable. So that means always remember, static belongs to class, whereas object belongs to, instance variable belongs to object. So that is the main logic you need to remember. And few more methods I created. One protected method, protected static void send notification. So then just a dummy method I created, okay? Private void get access, I created a private method also. So one private method, protected and public methods we created. Now private methods you cannot access. Even these variables also private. You cannot access them directly. So you have to access them through some methods, either setter methods or so you can set the value. Okay, so that's the one class, and now let's extend this class to one more class. Okay, one child class will create. That means so another employee, for example, manager class I'll create. Manager is an employee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a tester is an employee, or a developer is an employee. So all these are is a relationship maintaining for this class. So that this is the parent class. So I'll create a one manager class. So let me create a one manager class. See, I created a manager. Public class manager extends employee. This is the single inheritance. So one class extends to other class. Now private double bonus. So I'm giving this bonus value through parameterized constructor I'm setting. How I'm setting this bonus value? Through parameterized constructor I'm setting. See, public manager double bonus, and this dot bonus equal to bonus. Public double get bonus, return bonus. So see, the getter method I created, but setter method I didn't create. Why?
Oh, because it was already done previously, right?
This bonus variable value, sir, I am setting. How I am setting? I didn't write a setter method here. I only written a getter method to get this bonus value. But where is the setter method? Why didn't I write the setter method here?
Is it already set up in the employee class?
This is declared here. Where is the employee bonus? Did you see anywhere employee here, bonus here?
Oh, no, it's not.
Then why I will declare again here? If I declare employee class this bonus, why I will declare again here? That's not the process of inheritance, right?
Mhm.
Did I declare employee ID, employee name, salary, company name here?
No.
Then why I declared only this one here? This is only belongs to this guy I am giving. So this variable belongs to this class. That's why. But how I am setting this bonus value? Yesterday I already told that. Note down first. Note down this 10 times you write and send it to me this one. Okay. Very, very important. I already told yesterday very clearly. You can set instance variable value two ways. One is through setter method and another one through parameterized constructor. Already I have shown you there, right? In the stock. Are you noting down?
Yes.
How can you set the instance variable values? First process is through setter method. And second way is if setter method is not used, what is the other way? Through parameterized constructor. Now see this bonus value I am setting. So through this is the constructor or not?
Yes.
Say this is the constructor.
Oh, how do I identify it? Because it has a
Ah.
manager name and has a parameter.
How can you identify this is a constructor? What are the rules you have?
Same as a class name, manager.
Right. That's what. Same as a class name, and it doesn't have any return type, and it doesn't have any abstract or static keywords. Right? So that's the constructor. And it is a parameterized or a default constructor.
Parameterized.
Parameterized. So I'm setting this bonus value through this parameterized constructor. So that's why I didn't write a setter method. Already setting with a constructor, parameterized constructor. That's why I'm not create a setter method. So only getter method I created because I want to access the value. Once you set the value through constructor, I want to access that. So that's why I'm creating a getter method. So a protected static void manage team. See, this class related method I created. Protected void attend status calls. And this class non-static method I created. And public static void main, see now I'm creating a, so all the static stuff I'm calling first manage team. So this method belongs to which class? Manager class. See, I'm calling. Static method, right? Static method, how can you call? Directly you can call, right? Directly you can call, right?
Yes, using a
Static
method
method.
name.
So under send notification, this is coming from employee class. So this send notification, did you create it here in the
No.
manager class? No, but this is coming from employee class. Set company name. So I'm setting the company name. So this is also coming from employee class. So the static methods I call directly. and manager class, manager M equal to new manager, and see I'm passing the bonus value. See this parameter value I'm passing. In the object line itself, I'm passing the value. So now when I give this value, where it will go and store? In this instance variable. When you create object, in this object, it will go and store this value for this bonus variable. And now see, I'm accessing one by one. M dot attend status call. So this is the from manager class. Set TMP ID, set TMP name, set TMP salary, and manager ID is M dot get TMP ID, M dot get TMP name, M dot get TMP salary, M dot get bonus, M dot. So you don't need, because this is a static method. Static method, you should not use object reference. See, for all the non-static methods, you're accessing with a child class object reference. See, parent class method you called. All these are parent class methods. Right?
Mhm.
All these are parent class methods. Only child class method is this one and this one. With a single object reference, you are calling the parent class and child class objects. So that means you have to call only object for child class only, not for parent class. If you create object for parent class, what will happen? So this non-static method, this non-static method, this non-static variable you cannot access with that reference variable. Only you can call parent class methods, but not child class non-static stuff. That's why you should not create object for parent class in the inheritance process. In the inheritance process, you have to create object only for child class only. So always it has to refer the child class object. So always it has to refer the child class object. Clear, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So this you have a lot of work. So you have to finish till this programs. You have to finish encapsulation, constructor, and this inheritance also. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow. And we'll see that. Okay. Remaining things. So I'll show you other programs. Then we'll go to